What's up guys, this is Astranox. In this Last Epoch video, I want to talk about my newest character. So this is the first time that I play Last Epoch. I started during the season number 3. We are at the start of day number 5. I play hardcore, so if my character dies, I lose the character in hardcore. It gets converted to, you know, standard, but I don't play standard. So my first character was the Void Knight. I ripped him, and yeah, I made a video about that. So I moved on to the Necromancer, which deals so much damage. The Necromancer is more of my playstyle. I like to, you know, be a summoner and have an army fighting for me and controlling my army. So it's going really well. I'm level 71. Let's go in there. Let me show you guys what I'm wearing, how the Necromancer is performing. Let me talk about that character, and let me give you guys some tips that I've learned along the way. So the first time playing it, right? It's been, you know, 4 days now, 5, and I'm having a blast. Like, the game's really good. I love ARPGs, of course. I love to play ARPGs in hardcore. That's just my jam. There needs to be some risks, right? Like, I don't like it when, like, there's no risk. So that's just the way it is for me, because I've played thousands of hours of ARPGs, right? Like Diablo 2, Path of Exile, right? I've played Torchlight, I've played Grim Dawn, like thousands upon thousands of hours. And Last Epoch, finally I got it. And yeah, it's actually really good. So there's 10 chapters, like 10 acts of story, and the different biomes, it looks great. Like, I really had a good time with that, and I felt like the progression was smooth. And between like Nemesises and the Exile Mage, the Rift Beasts, like, there's a lot of ways for you to get gear, and it's very smooth. Even if you're playing in solo self-found. Now, when I reached chapter 9, I was able to join the Circle of Fortune, and that's the solo self-found faction that you want to join, because of course you cannot use the market in there. So let me just create my army. All right, so I got my army going. It's solid. I have a lot of different minions, melee, range, casters, Golem, Abomination, like a lot of AoE damage, a lot of fire damage over time, ignite, a lot of like damage over time of poison. I do not have bleed anymore. I believe I need to spec into that, or I need to put my chest back on that gives me bleed, but I prefer this one because it's fixing my poison res. So my stats for hardcore, I'm not messing around this time around. I got everything max, and I got everything overcapped, because even if I'm going in a zone that's higher level than me, and I just did the Endless Arena, so I'm fighting, the zone levels up, right? The zone becomes more and more dangerous as you progress into the waves, and I will show you which waves I got to. I got to wave 40. So at 40, the zone was like level 81. Right? So basically, from what I know, every zone above you, it's one more resist that it kind of like penetrates. Now, I'm not sure if it's penetration or you need to overcap your resist to kind of like take that into consideration. So hardcore arena, the Endless Arena, this is 1 player, so that means 1 player, 2 player, 3 player, 4 player. That means they can actually trade. They're using like the merchant guild. Solo is solo self-found. Big difference in score, because this player is just crazy. He did wave 200. That is insane. Like, already at wave 40, my minions were getting chunked, and I was running for my life. I was like, should I do 45 to be like number 2 on the leaderboard? I was like, you know what, let me fix my character further. So I was level 70. I actually leveled in there from 69, nice, to 70. And yeah, that's my build. And I'm rank 17, but the thing is, it seems like it's rank based on your actual level. Something I've noticed is that the woven thing that got introduced in season 2. Woven is like a tomb. You go in and you're like fighting like spiders and different monsters, and you can get some crazy idols. It's basically an upgrade. You can also upgrade your normal idols, not the 1 and 2 slot one, but it has to be like a 3 or 4 slot one. You can upgrade them and get these boosts under, right? And you can reroll if you didn't like what you got, but it requires a currency. So yeah, mostly all the idols I'm getting from Woven are like pretty nice upgrades. I mean, 6% HP is beautiful with 4% elemental resistance, but like, you know, I used to have something with like less void resistance on this thing, and you know, the prefix was basically a waste, and now I'm actually getting some necrotic penetration for my minions, so that's pretty nice. And here I got void penetration. I'm getting, not only that, the really crazy thing, that was an upgrade. No, that was an upgrade. But these are crazy because in the suffix, I'm getting void resistance. My minions are getting void resistance. I think these are key to actually get my minions to have kind of like resist cap. And I think it will tremendously boost their survivability, especially when they get like physical resistance. If I'm able to get a lot of these, which gives me resist as well as giving my minion resist, that is, yeah, 2-in-1 right there. 2 bird, 1 stone. And then it still leaves the prefix open for me to get some stuff like health percentage, which would be really crazy if I'm able to get both together. Or I could get some kind of like, you know, minion damage, maybe like physical, maybe poison, stuff like that. So that's really good. That's really good. So that is the plan. I'm going to be doing that. And then I don't know if I'm able to upgrade them like I did to this one. I think I'm gonna be able to. So there's a lot of room for improvement here. I need to upgrade these, and idols are great because you can use them to cap your res. Capping your resistances are super important in hardcore. So not only having cap resist, but also armor, which is something I need to work on. But before armor, I think something very important is this critical strike avoidance. I have 67%. So I believe that the way it works is that the monster can have up to 67% crit rate, and I can nullify that, and it will be a regular hit. But if they have more than 67%, if they have, let's say, 68% chance to crit, then they will have 1% crit rate against me. So that's really good. I actually rolled boots just because of that. I lucked out and I got, you know, that suffix there, T7 boots, and I crafted those. So I sealed this one attunement, and then I crafted movement speed on them. So pretty nice. Like, really the big thing about these boots is the crit strike avoidance. The movement speed helps, of course. Movement speed is super important. But I also had on these the reduced bonus damage taken from critical strike. So even if, let's say, they have 100% crit and they still crit me, the crit damage will be reduced. So that is big. That is very big. I'm getting some dodge rating too. So that's a double thing. That's like crit strike avoidance plus dodge. I don't know, is there like a crit strike avoidance, like a pure crit strike avoidance? That could be 100% already if it was alone without having something else like a dodge. So yeah, my gear. So I've been running this set, which is actually really big damage increase. The wand, the belt, and the relic. The 2-piece, 5% chance to replenish 1 potion when bone golem hits an enemy. That's good, I guess, especially if you're gonna be running something like a Golemancer, I believe. But I don't even pop my potions because my ward is protecting me. So what's big about the set is that when you have the 3-piece, your summon skeletons, spells, and attacks deal plus 42 fire, cold, or lightning damage. The element selected is your lowest elemental resistance. So in my case, they're dealing basically fire damage because that's my lowest resistance, elemental resistance. Elemental resistance is fire, lightning, and cold. Physical is not, of course. Poison, necrotic, and void are separate resistances. They're not elemental. So yeah, that's actually doing a lot of work for me, because flat damage, flat melee, flat fire, cold, lightning, or anything like flat, let's say poison, necrotic, or void is insane damage, because I believe it gets multiplied by your increased minion damage. So increased minion damage, I have my helm is really bad. Beside the flat minion health regen is big. That's actually keeping my army alive a lot of times. Let's have them attack over there. Here, like from this way. Like this. Looks nicer like this. Look at that. Look at this damage. It's ridiculous how much damage they're dealing. Look at that. Like thousands and thousands and thousands of damage. Okay, look at those ignites stacking, man. Look at that. Okay, this is armor shred. Reduce armor, increase damage taken from hit. Ignite deals fire damage over time. So I think my ignite is not stacking so well on the boss, because I've seen ignite. I thought it was stacking to like 100, and I got damned, which is necrotic damage over time, and I got poison, so poison damage over time. So that's a lot of damage happening. Like, I will show you guys the Necromancer in action in a moment. But yeah, I just wanted to show how much crazy amount of damage I'm dealing. My Void Knight was not even close to that. Not even close. I've been going for the arena key because I kind of want to like go in there like crazy. I want to do like a higher record. I don't want to lose my character, so that's why I'm trying to build my resist on all my minions, as well as overcap my resist just in case, because the enemy can reduce your resistances. I'm not sure how exactly. I guess like with some kind of curse, right? So you can close that here, and then sometime when I'm going in that direction, I prefer to actually show the mini-map like in the middle of the screen, because then I can actually see properly. Because if the minimap is there, it's kind of like blocking the way if I'm walking that direction. I don't like that, so I prefer it like that. So let me clear this thing and show you guys how it is. So I don't like when I'm losing my my ward. I like to not take damage. Of course, I'm in a hardcore. I have, you know, I'm ranged, so that's great. And I have an army, so I have two like extra ways to stay alive more easily, right? So that guy will not despawn. He's not gonna run away like some golem in like Diablo 3 or 4. He's not gonna despawn. So you can see, like, look at that. Like the place is done. I've completed this place already. So now, when I actually see a nemesis, I'm gonna go for it. Here we go. Get some stuff. And my loot filter, I need to work on that, because you can see here, yeah, there's some stuff that's not shown, and I need to pick those up. Because usually when you run a loot filter, it's like filtering, like if you get something online, it's gonna filter based on your class, right? But the issue is that, what if you want to play something else later? Well, you don't want to not get these like amazing, potentially amazing pieces. So let's see what I have here. Okay, it's one unique. There's no, so legendary potential could be added, I believe, later, or it could be, it becomes legendary and then you get like some what is it, prefix, and you can get up to 2. That's pretty crazy. This is a 65 requirement. Minion. Wait a second. Okay. This is a one-hander. That's great. Melee cold damage. I don't really care for that. But +3 to cold and necrotic minion skills. Okay. Okay. 35% chance for minions to chill attackers when hit. Oh. Minion deal 19% more cold and necrotic damage to chilled enemies. Okay. When a minion dies, you gain a stack of Frozen Vengeance. When you hit an enemy with a melee attack, you expend a stack of Frozen Vengeance to grant all your minion frenzy and 24% more damage to chilled enemies for 8 seconds. And freeze up to 8 nearby normal and magic enemies for 3 seconds. Okay. This is that's a wall of text, but I don't like it, but still I will empower this thing. I press A on the target and I'm just kiting around. Like, I'm just checking for the attack moves, and just dodging stuff, whatever is getting thrown at me. So I'm done with this one. Actually, let's just do the Exile Mage. Because, like, when I finish any zone, if I'm seeing, like, a Nemesis, Exile Mage, I'm going to go in there. I'm going to pop them. Exile Mage, so just stay away. Look at that. He's getting shredded. He got deleted. So now I can portal out then. And then I'm getting this chest here. And this thing here, which is going to be... Ooh, wait a second. Was it a chance or did I miss it? Oh, I didn't do it yet. Okay, that's the thing. Here, unique or set staff or scepter that can drop. So that's the one I want to do, but I had to do this one first, right? So I'm just gonna dump these. Like, it's a mess in there. Yeah, it's a mess in there. I'm going to reorganize later, so I'm just gonna dump everything in there. And I need to, you know, I've organized some of the stuff that it goes automatically in legendary, set, and unique if they are those rarities. Exalt go in there automatically, but my idle is page is full, so I can't anymore. So I can buy a new page in 6,000 gold. So I have quite a few pages. I have a lot of garbage I need to delete actually. So yeah, anyways, I need to work on that. Another thing is yeah, there's my loot filter, right? So yeah, I need to sometime check that out. Let's go in here. Let me see what I'm gonna get. To be honest, like getting... Oh, this is an arena. This is nice. These are pretty quick, actually. Because the monsters, they're just like running at you. So you can get these done really fast. It can be dangerous because the monsters can run up to you like very, very fast. Now, I need to kind of like get myself a strategy going for when doing arena, because I want to push the endless arena to push the leader on the leaderboard. Nice. Actually, now I can get a new stash page. Nice. So, in the arena, I don't like to move downward because you don't see so well, right? It's like a isometric perspective. Like, you know, there's an angle on the perspective. So, you see... upward better. So I prefer to be at the bottom and kind of fight there near like a spawn point. So as soon as they spawn, they get deleted by my army, and then the others, they come, right? So I would move forward and I would like kind of like work on them. So I mean that's it. Like my army just took care of all that. So that's it. I'm done with this place. So I can just check real quick. There's okay, let's get out of there. But I will get that from here. I will get it from here. Cliff of Chaos. What else? That's fine. Now it will drop here. Two-handed staff. No legendary potential. What is this thing? Okay, this is not for me. This is not for me. But yeah, there's a lot of different builds that you can create. There's a lot of stuff I want to try. That's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. Okay, so yeah, I mean like that's what I'm doing. I'm pushing the Monolith of Faith. I'm pushing it I'm getting a bunch of rewards. I'm completing the quest. I'm moving upward in those Monolith of Faith to higher levels. So now I'm doing 66, and then I'm gonna do 70, and then 74, 78, 82, and then 85, 90. 90. There's 290. Okay. And then this is 100, isn't it? 100, 90. Okay, so a bunch of 90s and then 100. So yeah, I mean, like that's the way to level up at this point, because the story seems like the stages stop at level 62. 62 is the last zones. You see 62. This is chapter 10. So I finished chapter 10 and I liked it. I liked all the, the whole game, like from chapter 1 to 10, different biomes, different monsters, monsters like doing different things. Of course, the bosses, they have different mechanics. It was a lot of fun. And so basically all these like biomes, all these zones, all these monsters, like they will show up when you're doing the Monolith of Faith. So there's a massive pool of zones, monsters, and I'm not sure if it's static or it's randomly generated. The zones, they might be randomly generated. So yeah, there's a lot of possibilities. Like it's a lot of fun. It doesn't look so repetitive because there's so many biomes, there's so many like different zones and monsters, and of course the loot. It's so many things are randomized. Of course, it's a lot of fun. So there's for me, it's a pretty nice amount of content. Not a lot of people like to do the story, especially doing the story multiple times. But the thing that I've noticed is those keys are really nice. So I've never actually used keys to skip content. So you can press right. There's actually a key to jump and go directly to the boss in a dungeon, like dungeon boss. That's pretty insane. So the Temporal Sanctum key is actually very sought after because people just skipped 2 chapters with that thing. Like, I didn't know about it. I'm just trying to clear everything because it's blind playthrough, first time. I want to experience, the story. I want to experience the game the way it should be, right? You finish 6 and you get into 7, I think, and then you have access to like an entrance into the Rune Coast. And then if you have the key, you can use the Temporal Sanctum, because this is a zone level 35. But then this becomes 55. So that's a massive skip. Like, if you're comfortable with your character, that is 20 levels. So you got to be careful. But it's not as bad as going straight in Monolith of Faith, which I've done at 39 with this character, and I was able to crush it. But it's dangerous. Like, you need to cap your resistances, and you need to be very safe, very play conservatively. Stay further away from the monsters. Don't go in melee. You can get slapped. So yeah, you go from 35 to 55. That is insane. You do all these, and then what happens is that you show up here. You show up here, right? Into this one. That's crazy. That's chapter 9. And then you can go to town, and then you can join. That's the crazy thing too. You're skipping 2 chapters. So like, you could join the market guild and have access to the auction house. You could join the Circle of Fortune if you're solo self-found like me, and you have access to like the observatory, which I need to go spend these. Actually, I have a lot of these, right? So I need to go get myself some more prophecies. So the keys are crazy because like, you can actually go and pop Lightless Harbor. You're doing content level 19. You have the key, right? And then you go 17 and then boom, 22. But then you skip, I believe, all this. You go there and then Corrupted Lake, I believe, becomes, let me see here. Becomes like the Risen Lake. So, and then you could even go there. Risen Lake, Feldwood, boom, you got the Soulfire Bastion key. We're going from 26 to 37, right? Look at that. That is pretty insane. And then Soulfire Bastion here, Kohen Pass, and then you can access the champion gate. Let's say you do Endless Arena, maybe you can power level in there. I haven't tried it. I guess it's possible. No, it is possible, but I think because the arena, they come to you from 4 different angles, so it's not as safe as doing the Monolith of Faith, which is a 62 zone, and you can power level in there. I was getting a level every like 2-3 minutes when I was doing it, and I was playing very safe, right? I wasn't like rushing, but then I got more comfortable, and then I did it faster, and I got like 10 levels in like 30 minutes, something like that. And that was the first time that I did it. So that's pretty insane. Like I could start a new character because of these keys. I'm able to skip all that, and then that's not even over. After that, I'm able to do the chapter. Of course, I need to go and do the right missions, because you need to get your auto slots, you need to unlock your passives, right? You need to get your attributes. So all that stuff, you need to go for them. So if you know which zone, you know, you go get those quests, you complete those quests, and you get all your stuff, and you're able to skip a lot of zones, and it saves so much time. And then yeah, like you do the chapter like 7 to 9. Insane. These keys are great. I have not used them, but I can't wait to actually do another character later on and just skip that stuff and kind of go for what I actually need. So yeah, progression has been really good. I love the Necromancer. Let us know what you guys think about all that in the comment section. I'm gonna be doing more, of course, you know, Last Epoch videos, and I'm gonna go over other ARPGs that I've played a lot of, like thousands of hours. You know, Project Diablo 2. I played it just before the season 3 of Last Epoch. You know, there's Path of Exile 2, there's Path of Exile 1, there's you know, I might go back to the old ones like Torchlight 2. I might go back to you know, Diablo 2 Resurrected, but I do love Diablo 2 mods, maybe some Median Excel, but yeah, there's a lot of ARPGs, and with all the seasons, you know, you always got something going on, and you can be blasting and having a good time. So yeah, let us know what you guys think about all that in the comment section. I'm Astranox. Good luck with all ya do. Peace out for now.